Okay, so call out culture is all about straw manning, right? It's all about representing the weakest version of someone's position or the weakest version of something they tweeted over a decade ago. So call in culture would be all about steel manning, right? Or representing the strongest version of someone's position. But what would that actually look like in practice? I'm Stephanie Lepp. You are opening the Infinite Lunchbox. And today we're getting a fresh take on steel manning as a part of call in culture. And steel manning, not just anyone, but steel manning some of our most understandably straw mend public figures, people like Mark Zuckerberg, Brett Kavanaugh, and Alex Jones, because I am giving a talk about precisely this topic hosted by New Ink this Friday. So yeah, this Friday, April 16th from 11 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. Pacific time, 2 to 3:15 p.m. Eastern time. I will put the link in the show notes below, but whether you can come or not, here we go. So in traditional debates, the goal is to win, right? Hence straw manning or representing the weakest version of each other's arguments because it makes it easier to defeat those arguments. But what if the goal was not to win or defeat your opponent, but to build a more holistic and integral perspective that more people could get on board with, including your opponent? Right. And that's where the steel man comes in. And the way you build a steel man is by shifting from how is my opponent wrong to under what circumstances is my opponent right? Under what circumstances does your opponent have a kernel of rightness? Now, Deep Reckonings doesn't just steel man public figures' positions, it steel mans their reckonings. And for those of you not in the know, Deep Reckonings is a series of explicitly marked deepfake videos that I produce that imagine public figures having a reckoning. So if Mark Zuckerberg had a reckoning, had an evolution of his consciousness, what would he say? The series includes Zuck, Brett Kavanaugh, Alex Jones, and Donald Trump. And you can find it right here in the Infinite Lunchbox. And in all of my interviews about the project, almost no one has asked me about the scripts. It's like we're so hung up on the use of deepfake technology that we can hardly hear what these men in my imagination are saying. But to me, the scripts are where the gold or perhaps the steel is at, right? The scripts are actual things these men could say that would transform my relationship with them. Here's an excerpt of what I had Brett Kavanaugh say. To the men of this country, to the men leading this country, whatever we might think about my confirmation process, there's a bigger process of social progress that I want us to celebrate and support. The ability of women with credible allegations against powerful men to come forward and be heard is something I want us to celebrate and support. The Me Too movement, in conjunction with due process, is something I want us to celebrate and support. Evolution is beautiful, but it's not pretty. But so how in the world do you script what your opponent could say in order to render them no longer your opponent or not as much your opponent? I mean, how in the world do we script something that goes beyond, in this case, beyond an apology, beyond what we think we want to hear, to something that actually challenges us to grow and to forgive and to redeem? How in the world do we steel man our straw man? I mean, however in the world we do that, that sounds like some call-in culture to me. And soon I will do a whole piece on evolving from call out to call in. But for now, bring to mind someone you find unforgivable, or at least just shameless. Jeff Bezos, Kim Kardashian, your ex. Now ask yourself 3 questions. First, what is this person reckoning with? Like, what is theirs to own? And second, giving this person the utmost benefit of the doubt, what do you think actually happened? Like, what could actually explain their behavior? Not forgive it, but explain it. And finally, and this is going to sound patronizing, but bear with me, what could a healed version of this person have to teach you? Like, if this person had a crisis of conscience, underwent an evolution in their consciousness, what wisdom would they come to? These questions are one way into building steel versions or steel reckonings of our straw men. And now come to the New Ink Talk this Friday and actually build that steel version with me. I'm Stephanie Lepp. You have opened the Infinite Lunchbox. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video, and thank you.